So black hand to the 0, and then red hand to the 0, and there we go. 0, 0, set, and that face will never be cut again. That is done. Now we're going to work our way in our diameter. So I'm going to do the same thing like I did last time, where I just go across and I go to 1 inch 500 thousandths, which is truly right there. 1 inch 500 and 0. And I'm just going to make a scratch line on my part so I can see where I'm turning to. Okay. Then I'm going to come back and I'm just going to lightly touch this. Set this to 0. And back off. Alright, so this time here I have to do one more thing. That feed reverse that I flipped before, I have to flip back again because I'm going to be going this direction now. And I'm going to change my feed rate. Instead of going 5 thousandths, I'm going to go 10. Well, a perfect 10 is right there, but this makes it really easy if I just go up and use 10.5. Again, 10 is very close. We're going to work with 10.5. That'll be fine. And all we have to do is, we're still in F, we're still in the same column. We just need to change it from B to A. So right here. Okay, now right there, it didn't quite go in. Now this is my trick sometimes. If I turn the spindle on and I lift it up a little higher, there, it popped in. Just by having the spindle going, I can mess with this lever and this lever, and it makes it fall into place. All right. So, I have this zeroed right now. I know how far I'm going to 1 inch 500 thousandths. I'm gonna rough now, and I'm gonna take 100 thousandths per pass. Now, you might not wanna do this, but I don't wanna have this video go for 10 years. So I'm going to kick this in, and we're gonna knock some material off of here. So that's 100 thousandths off the diameter. And again, when the power feed's going like this, the only way to stop it is to disengage that lever. So at the end of this cut, you have to disengage that lever. And you have to know that, hey, you're not gonna hit that line perfectly. So what you're gonna do is you're going to disengage it about an 1/8 inch, 1/16 of an inch early, and then we're gonna finish the last little bit by hand. So I can see that line's coming up, and right here, I disengage my lever. Now, I'm just gonna finish it by hand. Same thing like I did last time. Instead of going to 1 inch 500, I'm gonna go to 1 inch 495 thousandths. 495 is right there. I'm gonna take my cross slide, back that off a little bit, come back, and I'm gonna take another cut. So, last time I took a cut at 100, I know I need to take 250 off this diameter. So this time here, I'm going to go up to 200. It's another 100 thousandths more, and we're gonna take another cut across here. In theory right now, after this cut, it should measure 1 inch 300 thousandths. 1 inch 500 minus 200. And it'll usually be close to that. And again, tool pressure can mess with us a little bit, but it'll get us pretty close. Okay, stopping before I get to the end and just manually finishing it. 495, back out, and we're gonna just do this. We're gonna go, and I should be at 1 inch 300 right now, and I have pretty good confidence that I'm close to that. I'm gonna take a pre-finish cut right now. So what I mean by a pre-finish cut is I'm gonna try to take a cut at the same feed rate and the depth of cut that I would take when I would finish it. So this time I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna slow my feed rate down again from 10.5 down to 5. So that means I just flip this down to B. And there we are. If you ever wonder if that's in gear or not, and you can't tell, you're gonna see nothing spinning. But as soon as that falls into gear, whoop, the rod starts spinning. That would be a true red flag if it's not spinning, that you're not gonna get any power feed. Your feed all comes off the feed rod, which is in center here, and that, if that's not spinning, you're not gonna be able to have any power feed. FYI. All right, so we're gonna come back. We made our cut last time at 200 thousandths. Well, I have pretty good confidence here. We're gonna go to 225. That's 25 thousandths more off. So in theory right now, it should measure 1 inch 275 after I make this cut. And I like to do this trick where at this point, I've moved everything. I'm just gonna slip my 0 and put that truly at 0 so that I can see exactly where I made this cut. After this cut, I'm gonna measure, and then I'm going to make an adjustment and take it to its final size. So you can see now it's running a little bit slower. We're taking a lighter depth of cut. We're gonna get a truer finish. You can already see a little more shine coming off of that, and it's not going to be as liney. So better finish, just because I'm taking less depth of cut and I'm feeding it slower on the quick change gearbox. And it's not uncommon to get those long strings like that. Just don't grab those with your hand. Those are sharp and they will make you bleed. And all in all, that's looking pretty sweet right now, so I'm happy with that. And again, while you're power feeding, have your hand near the disengage handle here so you're ready to stop it when the time comes. And get close, and right there I'm going to disconnect, and I'll just finish it by hand again. So 1 inch 495, there we are. Back it off, and we're going to get a measurement. So we're looking for 1 inch 250. You can see the finish is pretty sweet. That's smooth and shiny. I'm happy with that for this material. And look at that, I'm at 1 inch 275, exactly where I dreamed of being. So that is going to be exactly 25 thousandths is what I need to remove right now to get that down to 1 inch 250. Now realistically, I'm already in tolerance. My tolerance is 1 inch 250 plus or minus 1/32. So it's plus or minus 30 thousandths. So I'm already at the high side of my tolerance, but I'm good. It is in spec. And don't lose sleep about being on top of the tolerance. If they give you a tolerance, it's acceptable. Some people like to go and spend all day long by making everything perfect. I'm gonna do that for demonstration purposes, but if your part came out right here and it looked like that, I'd pull the plug and say, you're happy. For what we're doing, we're gonna do one more pass just to get it right on size, and we'll see how accurate I can get it. So it measured right at 1 inch 275, and I made that cut. Remember, I zeroed it out last time. Make sure I'm in the right orientation here. So I made that cut at 0. So this time here, I'm gonna go to 1 inch, or I'm sorry, I'm gonna go to 25 thousandths exactly, because that's exactly how big it was. We're gonna do one more finish cut. And again, I should achieve the same thing as I did last time as far as depth of cut. I've basically taken the same amount of material off and I'm feeding it at the same rate. So it should look just like I did last time. So that's what I call like a pre-finish cut, just to allow you to get all your speeds and feeds and your depth of cut all tuned in so you can make a very accurate adjustment to size. And this should get us very, very close. If I had a tolerance on this of like plus or minus 1 or something really tight like that, I may actually go and take another finish cut just to test it and really prove it into size, but I'm plus or minus 30 thousandths. I could have my eyes closed and pretty much hit this right now. So, but if you have a tighter tolerance, you may want to go and take another pre-finish cut just to ensure that you're going to bring it to the right spec. Stop it there. This is my finish pass, so this time I'm going to take this to 1 inch 500 thousandths exactly. So again, all the